Let's start with Southwest today. Um, it's poor Southwest. They've been in the press for flight cancellations and customers being upset and everything else, right? So we decided to book with them from MSY to Cancun because they were the only direct flight. And in my early 20s, I flew with Southwest a lot and thought, why not give them another chance? So, honest opinion, if you're on a budget, fly Southwest. If you don't care who you sit next to, fly Southwest. From MSY to Cancun, there was no problems. We arrived at the airport early, sat in the lounge beforehand, not Southwest. We sit in American Express's lounge in MSY. And we had no problems on the way out. I will say my one thing I didn't like was how early we had to be there because we paid for priority boarding to make sure that we all sat together. It was me, my husband, and my two boys. But otherwise, it was no problem. On the way back, we did the same thing in Cancun. We sat in an American Express lounge beforehand. But in the process of sitting and waiting for the airline to board, there was commotion in the back, and then we hear the flight attendant in the back yelling towards the flight attendant in the front that there was a fight because a family was trying to save rows of seats for family that had later boarding. Nothing happened, let me say that, but it was just the worry. My son was sitting on the aisle seat, and because of the commotion, I had him unbuckle and scoot over into the middle seat with me because I was worried about maybe a bag hitting him on the head because he had to call security onto the plane. So Southwest, I wouldn't want to fly Southwest again, at least not until you can pay extra to pick your seats versus just when you get to board. But everybody has a different priority, but I feel like they could resolve a lot of the personal conflict on their, they could avoid a lot of their personal conflicts on the flights if they would just allow people to pick their seats versus paying extra for boarding.